Welcome to Ignite Live. I just love that. Be you, be exactly yourself. Just be everything that you are. Like, we don't hear that enough. We don't get that poured into us enough. I've had the joy of working with Les Brown really closely the last couple of days and on Clubhouse and spending hours with him. And you know what makes him so great is that he just tells you, reminds you, you have greatness in you. You have greatness in you. And it's just so powerful to hear someone saying that. He said a great thing the other day that one negative comment needs 17 positive comments to counteract it. Can you imagine 17 positive comments to counteract one negative comment? So I just want to tell you all, you are amazing. You have greatness. You are incredible. You are magnanimous. You are what the world needs. You have so much in you. The world just can't wait to see you shine. You've got magic. You are so powerful. You are great. You are beautiful. You are divine. And you are absolutely one of the most amazing creatures on this planet. That is you. You are that. And so just seep into that, put that into every fiber of your being, how incredibly amazing you are. And when you really, truly step into that, possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless. I just want to share with you, each and every one of you, possibilities are endless. All kinds of fun possibilities happening. So what's Ignited Live all about? Well, we just want to remind you of the best that we've been doing this week and what's been up for us. And so for those of you who missed Candlelight Conversations on Saturday, we had an amazing speaker. Please go back and see his video. Super fun. Andrew Capp was talking about the law of attraction. Now, many of us are loving law of attraction, on the fence about law of attraction, not sure about law of attraction, but some of the cool things that Andrew talked about were so easy and so convenient and so powerful to do that if it's law of attraction or not, who cares? Because it's so fun and wonderful. Why not do it? So grab your pen. I'm going to share with you what Andrew taught us. We're going to do something called the present tense gratitude list. And I thought this was really cool. And so we're going to do it. You're going to put one category work, you're going to put one category book, and you're going to put one category being an author. And so you can do this gratitude power list with anything in your life, but I really want you to do it around your authorship. So one is about your work, one is about your book, and one is about your authorship. And what you're going to do is you're going to write 5 powerful present tense gratitude statements. And I thought this was super cool. You write your gratitude in the present tense. So I am so grateful that I have sold 100,000 books. I am so grateful that I get to stand on stage and talk about my book. I am so grateful that I get to be in a business where people absolutely can't wait to buy my book. Now, he taught us to say things in the present tense, if it is true or not. So this is a cool part. Future gratitude is super powerful, but a lot of us say future gratitude in the future. And so his instruction was to say gratitude of all past, present, and future tense, all in the present tense, as if it's already as if it's happening. And I thought that was really cool. So I'd love for you to write out 5 of each, 5 things about your work or your career or your business that you're grateful for. And I want you to write it in the present tense. And then 5 things about your book, either the one you have in your hand already or the one that's yet to come, that you're grateful for in the present tense. And then 5 things about being an author. I'm super grateful that I'm an author and I get to share my story with people and they get to know me better. So writing that in the present tense is really, really powerful. And I really want you to focus on your authorship. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that, and I'll play some lovely instrumental music. All right, which one of you lovelies would like to share a little bit? Would anyone like to share some that they wrote? If you don't want to share on camera, you can put it in the chat. Would anyone like to share any of their present tense gratitudes? You don't have to do them all, but just one or two, something that means a lot to you. I said the other day on mine, like, oh, we sold 7,000 books this week. And I was like, oh, why not? Like, why not? When we talked the other day about why shouldn't I or why not, it's like anything you can dream of, like, why not? Like, I'm so grateful for, you know, the ... Like, what is it you're grateful for that you can bring into your life right now?
I can share. This is Vanny speaking, JB.
Go ahead.
This is about the book that is yet to come. I am grateful that I get to share my story with other people. I am grateful that I get to use my story to inspire other people. I am grateful that I get to work with Les Brown. I am grateful that I get to work with JB Owen. I am grateful that I get to be in this greatness together with Les Brown and JB Owen.
Terrific. Vanny, thank you so much. And you know, now when you say it in the present tense, right, you open the floodgates, you open the door for possibilities, you open the universe to say, oh, this is happening. This is not a wish. This is not a wonder. This is not a maybe. This is happening. And so how can I bring more and more and more to that? Great job. And welcome to the community, Vanny. We love having you. In a few moments, I'll love for you to introduce yourself. We are really grateful to be having all of the authors connect on Ignite Live, because this is the network of people. This is where birds of a feather flock together and come together to great greatness for each other. And I'm going to coin that phrase. This is where birds of a feather flock together and come to great greatness for each other. Like, this is really the space. So fantastic. Anybody else want to share some gratitudes they've got? Tracy or Barbara, Tracy Harrell, anybody? Yeah, go ahead, Barbara.
I'm so grateful that I have made an impact in the world by Erin's story and the response it has received.
Yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. We are so grateful for Erin's story also. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Hey, this is Tracy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am grateful that my TED Talk has gone viral, which talks about my amazing experiences with Ignite.
Yes, yes. I love that, Tracy Harrell. We miss you, honey. I love that. I love that. I'm grateful for my TED Talk has gone viral. I'm gonna use that one too. Everybody should put that on their list. I'm grateful my TED Talk has gone viral.
And I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to connect with JB Owen, and I'm excited about continuing to change the world with her.
Amen. Amen. We got to do more of that. Absolutely. 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 You know, there's been a big shift in energy recently. I don't know if it's spring. I don't know if it's the new equinox or the new polarities or the sun or whatever it is, but there is feeling like a big shift. And it seems like, yes, COVID is still happening. And yes, all of that is still unfolding, but it just doesn't seem as daunting, and it doesn't seem as fearful, and it doesn't seem as overpowering as it once was. It's like, yeah, that's happening. Guess what? We're still going on with life. We're still making magic. We're still doing it. We're still making it happen. We're still making it possible. And that's kind of like, that's what that's doing. And we're doing what we're doing. And so it feels really exciting. Absolutely. Hey, guy, you got one?
Oh, yes. Hi. I just scrambled down lots. Now, can I read my writing this late?
That is late for you.
Like, it's getting late here, and all the times were okay. I'm grateful that my books are received. Well, I have to start from the grateful. I'm grateful that I can be a creative author. I'm grateful that I can write well. I'm grateful. I'm trying to, boost myself. I'm grateful that my books are received. I'm grateful for my publishing contracts coming. I'm grateful that I get to work with fantastic people like yourself. I'm grateful that I can inspire millions of people.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely. It's so true. And all of those gratitudes are going to unfold. And so each and every day, according to Andrew and me and all the people out there who create the law of attraction, when you're grateful, when you see it in motion, when you believe it to be, when you talk about it in the present tense as if it has already happened, the universe doesn't know. The universe doesn't have a sense of time. It doesn't know that it's the past or the present or yet to come. It just knows that that's what you're manifesting. That's what you're drawing forward. And so fantastic. Now, each one of these gratitudes, of course, you can take and look at them and see what action steps you can take behind them. What action step can I take behind being grateful that my TED Talk is going viral? Well, one of the action steps is I could start talking about it. I could start practicing. I could start thinking about what my theme is. I could start doing some research. I could start listening to other TED Talks. I could start figuring out who is a TED Talk coach, Judy Winslow. There's so many things I could do to make that start happening if I know that that's what I'm creating in my consciousness. And so using your gratitudes also percolates and sort of creates action steps for you. So get excited about your gratitudes each and every day, and then be like, you know, I'm really connected to that gratitude. I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to make that happen. And that's going to lead me into my second exercise. Write this down. This is JB's signature quote. I've got to be it to become it. I've got to be it to become it. And so I had a great mentor say to me one time when I was like, how do I deal with my impatience? And he's like, wow, you know, all impatience is you're not already being it. Like if you're impatient that you're not yet a champion, or you're not yet a best-selling author, or you're not yet this, it's because you're not becoming it. You're not being it. You're not being that person. You're not being the person that you want. So you feel impatient because you envision it out there. You think it's outside of you. You think it's something you have to obtain. And as soon as he said that to me, I thought, wow, what if you just be it? Like, what if you don't be I can't wait till I'm a great mom. You just be a great mom. And it's every single day, it's every single moment, it's every single effort. And sometimes you fail and sometimes you do great and whatever, but you be it. Like you just be it. You don't see it outside of yourself. So whatever it is you want to be, and I want you to write this down now, what is it you want to be? Like, I want to be the pink billionaire. So many people say that you can't be the pink billionaire because you don't have $1 billion. And I'm like, that's not true. I can be the pink billionaire today because I know what it stands for me. And I can be it right now because I got to be it to become it. I want to be somebody who cycles across Canada. I had to be a person who got on the bike every day and cycled to be a person who could cycle across Canada. I want to be a best-selling author. I want to be a New York Times best-selling author. I got to sit down and write the words before I'm ever going to become a New York Times bestselling author. So aspiring for that end result is actually the why we get impatient, or why we feel disappointment, or why we feel failure, is because we got to be it first. We got to do the steps to be it first. So I want you to write down, what is it, or who is it, or what is it you want to be? You know, I like the what is it you want to be, because who you want to be is you are who you are. You are who you are. God gave you, you are you. But what is it you want to be? What do you want to be? Do you want to be Olympic this? Do you want to be best-selling this? Do you want to be world-renowned this? Or do you just want to be happy, content, laugh, full, peace, joy, relaxed, you know, in love, loved, cared for, admired, whatever? What is it you want to be? So I'm going to play some great music. I'd love for you to just write down 4, 5, 6 sentences. Is what do you want to be? Okay, super fantastic. Anybody want to share what came up for them? I think it's kind of fun, right? Yeah, go ahead, Barbara. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I usually can't respond quickly with things and feel pressure, but when I realized the last few days, even it's like I really want to be free. I want to be free to follow any path I choose when I choose it. Unlimited freedom to express myself in ways that are meaningful to me. Be part of tribes I believe in, like Ignite. It's so I've loved this energy in this short time to give all I want without limits and experience boundless joy and love. I mean, I just do.
That is so beautiful. And so I just want you to like put that on your fridge, put that on your bathroom mirror, like just live in that, be that. Just, we as human beings, it's so interesting. We think it's all or none, it's black or white, it's 100 or 0. Like we put so much pressure on ourselves that it has to be all in perfect, emphatic, exact. It doesn't have to be that way. You can simply be exactly what you said as soon as you end this call for 10 minutes. But just being
I've
in
been
that.
doing that. I
Right.
realized even not being like I wanted to have some like plants on this patio, and I went on a bike ride and I cut some clippings of things and put them in plastic things because I didn't want glass. And I thought I am living into that energy of that space. That is what I can do at this moment. And so I resonated what you said, because creating that energy, and I realized sometimes that writing isn't, it's interesting that the writing I'm enjoying. I've never been a journaler. I'd rather do art journaling and picture journaling. But so it shows I'm sort of like serendipity. And so being able to have that freedom of, I've got to make this money right now, and I got to get this, to really just be who I want to be at this stage in my life. And most of the people around me are all retired. And I'm like, it's the freedom to just sign up for this and do it.
I'm so happy for you, because there is beauty and magic in that, in that beingness of you. Because what are we chasing? Are we chasing our dream? Are we chasing someone else's dream? Are we chasing society's dream? Are we chasing our parents' dream? Are we chasing what we think? I mean, sometimes if you really sit down and stop and think like, what is it I'm going after? And maybe it's an old version of you, like 3 years ago I wanted that, but I don't really want that anymore, and I'm still going after it. And it's like just taking the time to assess and reevaluate and pause for a moment and be like, do I still really want that? Is that still my dream? I used to say forever, when people be like, can I get you anything? I'd be like, sure, champagne colored Jaguar convertible, please. Like it was like my little joke. And then somebody said it to me just like a few months ago, and I answered it with my same little way that I said it. And I was like, you know what? I actually don't want that anymore. It's like, but I've been saying it for so long as just habit. And sometimes we have to stop and think, what is it I really want? What is really important to me? And just what you said, Barbara, like just doing it a little bit each and every day, just stepping into it, just embracing it. Your body, your mind, your brain, your spirit will be like, I am being that. I am being that. And then when you be it, you become it. When you be it, you become it. Yep. Anyone else want to share? I love it, love it, love it. Tracy Stone, yes. And then Vanny for sure.
Hi, guys. Okay, so I want to be the world's go-to limitless potential whisperer. And I want to be responsible for my own choices.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be fearless. I want to be able to liberate 100,000 people from their limitations.
Yes.
And I want to be incredibly resilient.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And you are,
I bet you are resilient.
You are incredibly resilient, right? We already see that about you. Already are being that. Yeah, absolutely. And so it's interesting because now I want to say to you all, oh, Vanny, you go ahead and share, and then I'll give you the next step. Yeah, Vanny, awesome. Tracy Stone, love it.
Okay, I want to be a multi-billionaire. I want to be a 9-figure giver. I want to lead billions of people to Christ. I want to be able to travel or be all over the world to bring clean water, building orphanages, building homes for the widows, and building churches. I want to be the greatest speaker, and I want to be somebody that will impart wisdom, knowledge, and love into everyone that I encounter.
Yes, yes, of course. It's so beautiful. And you are being that. We just talked about that the other day. You are being that already. And so here's the cool part of the exercise. I want you to take all of those things that you said you want to be, and I want you to write them that you're grateful for them. So I'm grateful that I get to give clean water to the world. I am grateful that I get to bring 100,000 people to Christ. I'm grateful that I get to be resilient and strong each and every day. I'm grateful that I get to have peace in my life every single moment. I want you to write everything you wrote about what you want to be, and I want you to put it into that present tense, I'm grateful for. Okay, great. That should have been a little bit easier because you had shared already what you wanted to be. Who hasn't shared what they want to be? Charles, you want to share, or Kate or Tracy? Anybody want to share one of their gratitudes and what they want to be? Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
Well, I'm grateful for being a prosperity coach that help people realize their true wealth. And it's about who they are, about having it all: finance, health, relationships, spirituality, and fun.
I love it. See, now you guys have just created your daily mantra. You didn't realize this, but now you've just created your daily mantra. Who else has got one? Tracy Harrell? And Kate, if you guys want to unmute, that's great. This now becomes what you write in your journal every day in the mornings or at night, or both. You know, a lot of the great teachers and the great successes, they do morning and nighttime journals. And so this is now becomes your new mantra. What you wrote here is, I am grateful for, Exactly what you said, who you want to become. This is so magical. I should do a little video on this because it's so powerful when you use this as your daily mantra now on who it is you want to become, and you're already grateful for it. You now have just turned on and ignited the universe to be ready for all the things that you want to bring forth. So I think it's super, super cool. Bravo, bravo, bravo. All right, I want to share with you a little bit about what I went through this morning during my morning meditation. So we're going to move into how to promote your book and how to do things that are going to help your authorship. So thank you so much for doing a little bit of the workbook fun stuff. Now I want to talk about how to grow your business and your book, because it's important for me that I support all of you in that great success that comes around your story. So while I was meditating today, I don't know why, but for some reason, somebody's opinion of me came up in my meditation, and I don't know if their opinion of me is true. It's my opinion of their opinion of me. Interesting, right? I don't really know if that's their opinion of me, but I have the opinion that they have this opinion of me. And it sort of brought me down a little bit, because I thought, well, I, obviously want that person not to have that opinion of me. I want this person to think good of me. I want this person to think I'm amazing. And what God said to me was, well, first of all, you don't even know if that opinion is true. That's a story in your head. But more importantly, is that person's opinion of you more important than your own opinion of you? And I thought about it for a minute. Like, that person, someone I work with, someone I know, someone that's in the industry, someone that's in the business, someone that I've known for 5 or 6 years, someone that I do business with, someone that I socialize with, someone that my friends know, their friends knows. But the truth is that person's opinion of me more important than my own opinion of me? And it really made me ask myself, like, whose opinion of you is the most important? Because any other mortal or any other person or any other guy or any other woman or any other individual on the planet, how and why would you make their opinion of you more important than your opinion of you? And I hope I'm explaining it well, because I've never actually articulated until this very moment, but I thought it in my meditation about how many people do we feel have an opinion of us? Our parents, our siblings, our coworkers, people online. Like, I don't know about you guys, but has anyone ever done a post and then thought, oh, what is so-and-so going to think of my post? Have you ever felt like that? And it's interesting, because how and why would their opinion of you be any more important than your opinion of you? Carolina, can you take that? And so I just thought that was a fascinating revelation, because most of the time our opinions that we think people think about us are simply fabricated. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but you think someone's upset with you, and then you contact them and you're like, are you upset with me? And they're like, no. And you had the opinion that they were upset with you. Or you think that someone didn't like something that you did. I didn't think you liked that. And they're like, oh no, that was fine. I didn't even notice, right? So we form the opinions of what we think people think about us. And then we somehow elevate them higher than our own opinions of ourselves. And I just thought, I'm going to start sharing with my community more and more the wonderful things that come to me, because I think we all can relate to this. Our opinion of ourselves should be at the highest top of the ladder. I just want to say that clear and square, and let's just declare it. Your opinion of you should be the highest one on the ladder. And the next one up should be your savior or your entity, or, who that big vision of who is, the only other person higher than you should be your greater source. And everyone else, really, every other mortal, because that's really what they are, right? They're just mortals. Just because they made money, or they're celebrities, or they have a record label, or they have a corner office or whatever, they're still just mortals. Who else should be higher than you in the level, in the ladder of mortals, of your opinion of yourself than you? And I just really want you to think about that, because we do it too often. And every time, I'm going to do this now. I'm such a visual person. Here's the opinion ladder. I'm going to be at the top, and then God's going to be on the next rung, and that's it. And anytime somebody creeps up my opinion ladder about, like, they have an opinion of me, I'm going to be like, well, thank you for your opinion, but you're one rung down on the ladder about your opinion of me. Now, it doesn't matter about their opinion of anyone else, and it doesn't matter my opinion of anyone else. It's my opinion of me. So whatever I'm doing in my life, it's my opinion of my life. And so going to your gratitude, so I'm daisy chaining all of this. Who you want to be, who you want to become, is going to be subjected to people's opinion. Either fabricated in your mind, or they will tell you flat out, like, that's ridiculous. You guys all know my dad's favorite saying, give your head a shake. That's ridiculous. That opinion is simply theirs. And guess what? You're down one rung on the ladder. Sorry to say, right? And so when you can sort of visualize that framework of like, everyone's going to have their opinion of me, I'm going to have my opinion of me, and then the only other person I have to answer to is my higher source. Whenever you feel like the idea or the belief that someone has an opinion of you, you just park it down on the ladder. And when you tell people who you want to become and they have an opinion of you, you're like, thank you. But guess what? You're one down on the ladder, because this is who I want to become. This is who I want to become. This is who I'm devoted to becoming. And I'm going to stand and be at the top of the ladder because this is important to me. And who I become is so important to me that your opinion of who I want to become is less important than who I want to become. And I just want to instill that in all of you, because who you want to become is important. It does matter. It's the most important thing. It's really like, why else are we here? Like, why else are we here other than to become who we want to become? Because we're not here to become who our parents want us to become. And we're certainly not here to become who our bosses want us to become. And we're not here to become who society tells us to become or who the Kardashians tell us to become. We're absolutely here to become who we want to become. And so live, die, and ride on your list. That's your list. Make that, climb your ladder and be at the top of that ladder and be that person no matter what anyone else says. Magic, hey? Okay, cool. So that's going to lead into our networking session. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, you are so fantastic. And today I'm actually sitting out here in a garden, not my garden, but we're building this community garden. And as I sit here watching the little worker guys that we paid to do some work, I'm just so grateful to be on this call, listening to you give us clarity about the fact that we actually own our destiny. We own our future. It really is. We can't ignite any possibility we want by choosing to do so. And I just like how clear you just made the everything you've said so far has just been fantastic. I just couldn't hold in another moment of silence. But wow, all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to bring that high level of energy and being very clear about what we can own for ourselves. So just thank you. And you're doing it. Like, you are embodying it. I watch you turn things into reality, and it's magic. It's not just you're saying it, you're doing it. So just thank you for that, because you're changing all of our lives. So just
thank you. I love you. And thank you so much for saying that, because I too have had like a turning point in some of the stuff that I'm doing, because I'm like all of you. Like, I started my company, I started my business. I had lots of skeletons in my closet. I had my own story. I had my failures. I had blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, just like everybody else. And the only thing that has freed me from all of that to empower me to be who I am today is talking about it, sharing, releasing it, helping others, giving it away, and really being in a sense of how can I be a portal for other people's transformation? And that is the most joyful thing. What's been the interesting transition for me is moving out of the transaction of this is what it needs to look like, ... into how can I paint the picture for you and inspire you? Because a lot of JB has been, this is who I am, but I'm very factual and I'm very tactual and I'm very tactile and I'm very tangible. And those are the things that I do. And so I share those with people because I think that that will help them. But really what I'm learning in the last little while, and more than anything, is the best thing that we can do is inspire one another. The tactile, the tangible, it comes. But you have to inspire the person first to believe it's possible. You have to give them the hope, the vision, the spark, the seed, the plant, the idea, so that they can feel it inside themselves. So then they seek out the tangible or the task. If I just tell you the task, here's the task, here's what you should do, here's what you should do, here's what you should do. A lot of people do that, right? A lot of courses we go to, they're like, do this, do this, do the 10 steps, the 5 ways. I saw something the other day, you can change your life in 10 minutes or less each day. And I was like, really? Wow. If I could change my life in 10 minutes or less, can you even say that with dignity? It's going to take way more than me to change my life in 10 minutes or less, please. But the truth is, if you can plant the seed of hope and let people see what's possible for them, then they can move towards where they want to become, and the tangible and the tasks and the how become super, super easy. And I go back to my bike ride, and I know I talk about it a lot, and I'm sorry, but here's the thing. I just knew that I was going to get there. All the roads in between were unknown. They were just a line on the map. And they changed because of roadblocks and washed out bridges and construction. So really how I was going to get there was really irrelevant to seeing the end, to having the vision of where I was getting to. All the tangibles along the way was really irrelevant, but I had to take the leap of the belief that I could get there. And that's what I want to put in all of you. I want you to see who you can become, to take the leap to get there. And then the universe will just like put all the pieces together. So I'd love for you to go into your network sessions. Peter's going to break you into groups, into networking groups. And I want you to introduce yourself, tell people who you are, what you do, and how quickly you do it. And then I want you to tell them who you're going to become. I really want you to share who you're going to become. I think it's really important. And you may be shy and you may not want to say it and you may hide it a little bit. Hey, this is a safe group. And that everybody's here in the same place. Like we all want to become something. So there's no shame here. There's no embarrassment here. Like say it with pride. Say, I want to be a multi-gagillionaire. Like that, say it with pride. Say who you want to become to the people in this group and share that and tell them who you are and what you do and how well you do it. And then share with them who you want to become. We're going to break you into 5 minutes. So you have 2.5 minutes each. Make sure each person talks. Peter's going to put you in a group now and you've got 5 minutes. All righty, off you go. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
You have any concerns? What do you need to know? What do you need to do? What can I do? You want me to write? Like what can I do? That's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Like, what could I do? And I didn't know we weren't gonna have Friday, but even if you're not there on Friday, but you pour into me and tell me what you want, we can still make it a working session and then have something for you to review when you get back. So what can I do? You have any concerns? What can I do to move it forward, I guess?
Well, I just feel like, I was talking to Catherine the other day and I said, like, look, this is just a really wonderful agreement. It's not really a partnership in the sense that we're forming a new company. We're not putting any assets into it. We're not, legalizing everything in partnership terms. So I said, in all honesty, as an agreement, like we should just go forward. It's an agreement. We agree. We're going to do this. This is our agreement. Let's just move forward so we can make it happen because
100% agree.
I think it's in such an incredible project. So let's just do it. Do it. Welcome back, everybody. I love it. I just love it when you guys network because you get to meet each other. Who would like to introduce someone they met that was awesome? Okay, go ahead, Barbara.
I'm always that
Barbara,
person
you're getting the gold stars today.
I was going to say, I know, I almost feel like a hog or something, but it was like, I also was the kind of person too that sat at the front of the room.
We love it.
I'm not a backroom observer, but I'm not sure exactly how to say her name. Hega. And so she is.
Hega.
You told me it was just a second, Barbara. You told me it was Hega.
Well, it's because nobody can pronounce the E, so it's Hega. Most people say Hega. But, it's difficult to say the E at the end. And
us Canadians don't know how to say Hega.
Yes,
or Americans.
Yeah, they have to abbreviate it.
So I just want to honor you because, like, I hate it when people call me BJ.
Oh,
do you want Hega or Hega?
I have friends calling me Hedge and Haggis. So to be honest, Hega.
Just call me.
Whatever you feel like saying. Hega is good or Hega.
Well, I remember I asked you because I'm very specific. I remember I asked you like, how do you say it? And you're like, pretend the E is an A. So I was like, Hega. Okay.
And I teach English as a second language, and it's really hard to hear that nuance of the short A and the short E. It's just a very minute.
And also most female names in the world end, on an A, or a lot more end on an A, or it could be I, but, than E. And so, for example, I lived in France and they're like, no, ça n'existe pas. Like your name doesn't exist because it doesn't have any accents and it's, ends on an E. And then you can't pronounce the H. And then in the end, I had no name. So it's just.
And in Europe, in Europe, everybody calls me GB because J is not pronounced in a lot of Europeans. So everyone calls me GB. And so I'm with you. I'm like, okay, call me GB. It doesn't matter. Okay, Hege.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Barbara. Tell us about the
So
beautiful Hege.
I asked her where in the world she was, and because I knew it was late for her, and she said Norway. And so there was some sentences because I was going to tell her about Epcot in Orlando. I'm from in Florida, and she had worked there and lived there, and so we had a lot in common there. And I represented a couple of companies that were Norwegian, and so we were really just getting to know each other. But her beautiful intentions are magnificent, and she to be a screenwriter, to be a yummy mommy, to be an author, a best-selling author, to be an actress, to be so much in her life yet to come. And she's living into that, and so it's so exciting. And we talked about and what I forget what you said about abundance, what it was like 9. What did you say about abundance?
I said I wish for abundance in all forms, because money is just
in
one.
all ways. Yeah, in all
Money is
ways.
just one. And somebody in LA told me that in terms of riches, money apparently is number 17 on the list. You know, before that you have health and family and, you know, life force and nature. And so it's important to remember that, because there's so many
love
ways
that.
to be
Abundance
rich
in
in.
all ways.
Yeah, in all ways.
Fantastic. Fabulous. All right,
thank you,
Hege, do you want to
Barbara.
introduce Barbara?
Yes, so Barbara is this amazing, eclectic, nurturing, I feel like, power super mama that just radiates personality. And we heard her intentions previously, and I just felt that they were in such a synchronicity of, because once you have freedom and you're in the flow, you can attract anything. And I felt that that's what she was really saying, that she was ready to embrace the moment and be in the moment and be free to receive anything that's coming her way without anything stopping her. But I just wanted to say that it was such a pleasure to speak to you, and you have such a beautiful, like, nurturing, I felt, personality, which was really nice. And we have things in common, because I used to work for Disney World and lived in Florida, and we also have a Norwegian connection. So hopefully we'll be chatting more.
Yes. And Hege is also an environmentalist. I forgot to say that, and that's dear to my heart.
Oh, okay, good.
Wonderful.
Then let's keep
Wonderful.
talking. Hopefully I'll get back to Florida at some point.
Now, I want to know who met Vanny. Tracy Stone, would you introduce Vanny, our newest member to Ignite?
I'd love to. Vanny is awesome. Vanny is into real estate, and she's all about creating wealth, but from the most pure perspective in the world. So she's going to be bringing clean water to areas of the world that don't have it. She's going to be helping to use that wealth to build churches, to build houses for people who need it. And she works incredibly hard right now with great energy to push herself towards that. She even works 2 days a week in a nail salon to push her dream forward. And that's really important, because some of the habits of the most successful people in the world include doing things that get you on the track to what you want to be doing. And she's doing that in abundance. And she has amazing energy.
She is amazing. Welcome, Vanny. Tell us a little, thank you, Tracy Stone. What a great intro. Vanny, tell us a little bit about you. Introduce yourself to the community, where you're from, where you live, a little bit about you and your magicness. Oh, and unmute yourself. Thank you.
I always forget. Jeez. Thank you, BJ. I'm so sorry. Like, I always call you BJ so many times, but then I'm like, okay, pause. It's not BJ, it's JB. So I'm from Lansing, Michigan, and originally from Vietnam. I've been in the States for 23 years. And I got too excited, so I forgot your questions, of course.
That's okay. That's okay. So tell us just a little bit about what you do and what your mission is, what your goals are, what you're up to.
Yes. Okay. So as of right now, I just got into multifamily real estate, and the goal is to create wealth, income, passive income, and cash flow, just to help me fund for my missions and to also free me up so I could be out in the mission field more, because I think it's more important to be out in the mission field, to give them love, to hang out with the kids, and to actually be very practical and be there for all sort of projects. As of right now, I'm working at a nail salon 2 days a week just to help me with, you could call it like a side hustle to help me pay off bills and, you know, just to get me going, keep me going, as I'm trying to pursue, trying to write this book and trying to have my 501c3, which is called Kingdom Missions. And that missions is to bring clean water to Africa and other parts of the world, building small houses for the widows and churches and feeding centers. Basically, the ability to say yes to all of the physical or the necessities of the unprivileged. And that is where I want to go. And that's what I'm working towards too.
Beautiful, amazing. And you're going to meet so many people in the community who can help you and support you and align with that mission. Fantastic. So networking is an important part of what you guys do, because every time I get you to practice networking here, it's just another opportunity for you to show up, get comfortable, be prepared and ready for when the big phone call happens, the big moment, the big opportunity. And they're going to happen. They're going to be multiple, many of them, abundance, all in front of you, doors opening endlessly. And so knowing where you're at, knowing who you are, knowing what you do, knowing who you want to become, and just being ready for that. So when the moment happens, you're like, that's autopilot, not the insecurities and the monkey mind that we get. That is really absolutely usually our go-to. I actually read a great book this morning called Surrender You. And it's really talks about how it's the human instinct is immediately to go to crisis. The human instinct is immediately go to fight or flight. The human instinct is immediately to go to worst case scenario. The human instinct is immediately like, what's going to happen? Like, that is just how we're wired. It's absolutely how we're wired. And he even went on to say that the human instinct is absolutely designed to eat. Because it doesn't know when it's going to get to eat again. And so it's like so designed to like, oh my gosh, a blueberry bush. I need to eat every single blueberry. Like, oh my gosh, a tub of ice cream. I need to eat all the ice cream. Like, it's so designed to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, because we didn't know when back in the days when we were cavemen, when we would eat again. And so this insatiable need to eat a lot and overeat is like so encoded in us, just like the insatiable need is to like, what's happening? What do they mean? What does that mean by that? What's could happen? What could go wrong? It's so encoded in us. And so this desire that we have to up level who we are, who we're ready to become, prepared for, know our pitch, know what we're sharing, know what we're about, know what we're going after. That's a muscle that we have to work. And when you guys work it, you become it, and it just happens. It just becomes more streamlined, and all of those lizard brain behaviors sort of subside. So bravo to all of you for what you're doing. All right. So the rest of the week looks like this. Friday is the author journey. So if you're still in the middle of your author journey, please join us on Fridays. That's super exciting because we talk about ways to grow your book and your business and your story and all those kinds of things. Saturday, Candlelight Conversations is with Yamilka. She's going to be talking about knowing your exact archetype of your customer. So if you've got a brand or a business and you want to attract more customers, knowing who your customer is by knowing who you are, fascinating philosophy. Who am I? What do I stand for? That will attract a certain style of customer. If you know what that is, then you just go and attract that customer all the time. So really good training is happening on Saturday. So super fun. I'm going to be doing that from the hotel. So if you want to join us on Saturday, we'll be on location, Candlelight Conversations on location. So that'll happen on Saturday. And I know many of you are working on your books and your polishes with our editors. So congratulations on that. Lots of fun stuff happening. We always have good things going on. So just keep connected, keep reaching out, and keep sharing with the community all the things that you are doing, and all goodness will come to you. All right. Blessings, everyone. Go out today and just live at the top of your ladder. Be who it is you want to become, and just know that you are so incredible. You have greatness in you. Can't wait to see you. All right. Big hugs and kisses, everyone. Mwah. Love you lots. Have a great day.